doing right now, or some Hydralisks, then there can really be a problem for the Zerg if they don't pay attention to those Corsairs. Zerglings just posturing outside of those bridges, just on patrol to make sure he gets that scout in. And wow, Best actually putting up 2 Stargates, and he's upgrading what could be +1 air weapons. I mean, it could be Dragoon range too, but seeing that he's going 2 Stargates, maybe it could be air. Not exactly sure, but he definitely wants to take control of the skies early. And I think that's a good move, especially seeing that Shark has gone this 3 hatchery build and has have his Spire up. I don't know if Best spotted that Spire, but if he didn't spot it yet, he's about to. And I guess he just guessed, if he didn't spot it, that was going up, the Spire was going up. There's 5 hatcheries now being morphed in for Shark, so he's going for this. Well, I was going to say Mulus build, but perhaps not. Perhaps he's just going to get a few Scourge to kill off the Corsairs and then go mass Hydralisk. But I haven't seen a Hydralisk Den yet. If he does put up a Hydralisk Den, that could be the build he's going, is that 5-hatch Hydralisk. But right now, it looks like he could be going Mutas. And he does have a lot of morphing there at the same time, so it could be Mutas. And if it is Mutas, that's going to be actually a problem for Shark, actually. Oh, wow. 2 Scourge taking the Corsair out. That's some good micro there. And I still haven't seen the Hydralisk Den, but I'm kind of surprised. Okay, he is going Mutalist, actually. He didn't have a lot of eggs morphing, which is kind of strange. Maybe he just didn't quite have the econ up. But this is actually going to be bad because Best has the perfect counter for this with all of his Corsairs. I'm guessing Best's going to transition into a Corsair Reaver build. We'll have to see if that Robo Bay goes up, or Robox facility. Looks like a couple Scourge going and scouting. Actually, a Citadel of Doom going up, so possibly he's not going to go for that Corsair Reaver. A lot of Mutalisks coming now towards the base of Best, but Best does have a pretty good sizable force of Corsairs. Actually, a really sizable force of Corsairs. These Mutalisks aren't going to do much at all. A couple of Scourge going in here. They pass the Corsairs. Corsairs get hit by one of the Scourge. Probably, yep, going to get hit by the other Scourge. Looks like one Corsair goes down. But there's only 4 Mutalisks. One of the Mutalisks just got killed off, and now Best is pressing the attack, kills another Mutalisk. Wow, Best is going to have total domination of the skies here very, very shortly, and that's going to be really bad for Shark. Because Shark right now doesn't really have any other units except for those Mutalisks, and the Mutalisks are just getting slaughtered right now. So I think maybe Shark didn't get a fast enough third expansion. Oh wow, a lot of Scorch coming in, does take out that Corsair. But still, 5 Corsairs in the air killing off Overlords like crazy. A lot of Scourge coming in here. Best needs to be more careful, not get killed by his Scourge, because right now the Corsairs are the only units that he has, and it's really important that he keeps that air dominance. If he can keep that air dominance, the game's going to be totally in his favor, which it looks like it's still very largely in Best's favor. Wow, there's so many Corsairs. Now he's building Templar Archives and a bunch of more gateways, so going to have that ground army out too. Right now, I think Shark's going to have to just get out Hydralisk or something else because he's not going to be able to get that air dominance back. But it's a little late because he's already committed to this Mutalisk build. It looks like the Hydralisk Den is going up. He's going to build a lot of sunken colonies at his main because he knows, or at his natural, because he knows that a lot of ground units are probably going to push out for Best. Best has just so many Corsairs. I just don't see how Shark can do anything against that many Corsairs. Shark now probably is going to be at a supply cap, unable to even build that many units just because so many Corsairs. Wow, a lot of Scourge going in, but them all getting killed by all those Corsairs. This is just looking worse and worse for Shark. I'd like to say there's something he can do, but I don't think there is unless you can just pump tons of Hydras and pump them now, and I don't think he can do that just because he's so far behind. And wow, that Mutalisk now going down. Best is now looking to pick up his third expansion, and this is just completely one-sided right now. Tons of Zealots going out, supported with that huge Corsair army, which means there's not going to be any Mutalisks in the air. There's no ground, there's no forces out at all, ground or air for Shark right now. All these Zealots coming out. This is looking really bad for Shark. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. A lot of Corsairs moving around as the Zealots are coming in. And wow, I mean, there's a few Zerglings, and that's it. He's having to pull drones out already just to fend this off. I mean, there's a couple Sunkens, but this is just an overwhelming force for Best. There are a lot of Sunkens there, but just that many Zealots are going to be able to tank those Sunkens down eventually. And Zerglings trying to come in from behind, but not getting us surrounded or anything like that. So, really, this is just looking like the end for Shark. I wish it was more exciting and Shark had more units, but he just really doesn't. I mean, there's Zerglings and drones against 15 Zealots and 8 Corsairs. He can't build Muliliths because there's so many Corsairs, and he waited way too long to build Hydralisk. And it looks like he was getting a lot of expansions up, but just had no units out. So just a huge miscalculation on Shark Zerg versus Protoss play. Not getting enough units out, trying to expand so much, but you know, really just underestimating how many units Best would be able to produce. And I think Best also threw him off with that 2 Stargate build. It was a great build. Now all these Overlords going down. Shark has to GG. He probably can't even produce units because he has so few Overlords. And wow, just an easy game for Best. Best with an awesome read on Shark, knowing that he was going those Mutalisks and building the double Stargate and just getting tons of Corsairs. And then when those few Mutalisks did pop and come out, I mean, there was just nothing they could do against that many Corsairs. So really, I mean, not a build order loss, but maybe a scouting information loss, and just bad play by Shark to not have any Hydralisks or anything else, trying to go all Mutalisks, but not having that many Mutalisks. He just didn't even have the economy really to support it. I don't know what it was. Maybe going the 9-pill first. It's like he chose to go 9-pill to get the units, but then didn't actually, you know, didn't have the expansions because he did the 9-pill, so then he didn't have the money to afford all his Mutalisks. So anyways, GG by Best, because we're at the end of the video here, but it looks like we'll just have to wait and see what happens in Game 4. See what MBC brings up to face Best. Best right now on a 2-0 streak.